Hello and welcome to another episode of EdgeCraft. I am your host, Matt, and it is great to see you today. So before we get into the episode for today, I have an announcement to make. We are going to be running a contest, an EdgeCraft contest. And so if you would like to have a special, one-of-a-kind build dedicated to your honor, you're going to want to enter this contest because the winner will get to send me an idea that I can build just for them. And I will put their name on it, in it, or something so that they will be forever immortalized in the EdgeCraft world. Now, if this sounds like something you want to do, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to the description in the video and click on the link that you find there. You can go ahead and pause the video if you want to, but what you're going to find when you click that link is a page that looks like this. And this page gives you the opportunity to enter the contest in a number of different ways. You can like a video, subscribe to the channel, like a Facebook page, and refer a friend. And so when you click on that and you enter into the contest, you get entries. And on January 1st, at the beginning of 2019, I am going to draw a winner out of the number of entries. And so the more times you enter to win, the more chances you have to win. And then I'm going to contact that person and find out what they want me to build for them. So right now, pause the video, go into the description and click on that link, and we will have this little contest, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So for today, I have been doing a little bit of work between episodes, and I created a stable. But I've also started working on the walls, and I need your feedback. So let's go inside and let's check it out. First, the walls. I'm still not sure I'm crazy about this dark oak floor. I got to talking to a few people, and they said that they might prefer the jungle wood, but that was a little bit red, like the top of this crafting table right here. And I'm just not sure. So I'm going to wait another episode or two before I change this out, if I change it out, because I want to get more of your guys' feedback. But this is what I'm thinking of for the walls. This is a terracotta, and this is an orange terracotta. And I'm thinking I like the regular terracotta better. It's okay. But I'm thinking about doing that all the way around, and the ceiling will be like a white or maybe like an off-white instead of this stone. And then I constructed this stable here with a bunch of dirt and coarse dirt, and I've got all the reindeer, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. I've got the place lit up, but that wall is going to be the same in here too. And so I'm thinking that I want this terracotta because it's going to wrap around nicely and give this place a nice look. But the ceiling in here, I don't know if I want to be the same as the ceiling in here. This maybe needs to be a little bit brighter and cheerier, while this can be a little darker, so maybe like a brown or something. I don't know. But this is what I worked on kind of between episodes. So I've got, these little stalls or stables for each of the reindeer. I got a little bit of hay on the ground, as if they've been eating a bit, and I've got a bunch of hay in the corner for their food. Nothing too special, just, some reindeer stalls. But the first thing we need to do today, in this episode, is we need to go collect a whole bunch more terracotta so that I can change up all the walls in here. So I'm going to go to sleep, I'm going to grab my elytra, and we're going to go off and do that first thing. So I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so now that we've got our elytra and we're going to go flying off to get some terracotta, we're going to continue our story for 1 Samuel, and we're in chapter 15 now. And if you remember from last time, you started to see a little bit of Saul's character. You're starting to see that he's not really following the things a king should be doing and in following the way of God. And so Jonathan's a little upset with him, the people are a little upset with him, and Samuel's already kind of said, I think I'm done with you. And he's going to look for a new king. But this is chapter 15, and Saul just continues down this road. So let's start where Samuel's speaking to Saul. Chapter 15, verse 1. Samuel said to Saul, I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So listen now to the message from the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty says. I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go, attack the Amalekites, and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys. Alright, so this sounds kind of harsh, but basically here's what's going on. There are these group of people called the Amalekites, and when the Israelites were coming out of Egypt and in the desert and coming into their land, this group of people, these Amalekites, they were ruthless. They were killing the Israelites and stealing from them and hurting their women, hurting their children, all kinds of bad stuff. And so God has given them opportunity to change their ways, and they're not. So now God is saying, all right, we need to wipe these people out, and I want you to do it. So when you go, I want you to kill everything, the animals, all of them. Do not spare anything. All right, so he gives this instruction to Saul. Verse 4. So Saul summoned the men and mustered them at Telaim, 200,000 foot soldiers and 10,000 from Judah. Saul went to the city of Amalek and set an ambush in the ravine. Then he said to the Kenites, Go away, leave the Amalekites so that I do not destroy you along with them. For you showed kindness to all the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites moved away from the Amalekites. All right, so good move here. God didn't say to hurt the Kenites, and the Kenites were kind to Israel. So Saul tells them, hey, we're going to go to war here. You guys need to back off. And so they do. So good so far. Verse 7. Then Saul attacked the Amalekites all the way from Havilah to Shur, near the eastern border of Egypt. He took Agag, king of the Amalekites, alive, and all his people he totally destroyed with the sword. But Saul and the army spared Agag and the best of the sheep and cattle, the fat calves and lambs, everything that was good. These they were unwilling to destroy completely, but everything that was despised and weak they totally destroyed. All right, so we're coming up on a problem here. They were supposed to kill everything, even the animals, but they took the good animals for themselves, and they left the king alive. They've got him kind of as a prisoner. This is not what God told them to do. They're going to get into some trouble here. So verse 10, Then the word of the Lord came to Samuel. I regret that I have made Saul king, because he has turned away from me and has not carried out my instructions. Samuel was angry, and he cried out to the Lord all that night. All right, so now we hear that God is talking to Samuel and telling Samuel, I've given Saul chance after chance after chance to obey me, and he's just not listening to my instructions. I regret making him king. Now this is a little strange because God knew that Saul was going to do this, so it's not a regret like I wish I hadn't. God knew what he was doing, but what God is saying is Saul can no longer be king. We need to have a new king. Saul served his purpose, and now that needs to end. So verse 12. Early in the morning, Samuel got up and went to meet Saul, but he was told, Saul has gone to Carmel. There he has set up a monument in his own honor and has turned and gone on down to Gilgal. When Samuel reached him, Saul said, The Lord bless you. I have carried out the Lord's instructions. But Samuel said, What then is this bleating of sheep in my ears? What is this lowing of cattle that I hear? Saul answered, The soldiers brought them from the Amalekites. They spared the best of the sheep and cattle to, sacrifice to the Lord your God. But we totally destroyed the rest. So Saul's kind of backtracking here. Samuel caught him in the act. He's got him with the sheep and the cattle and the king's alive. And Saul's kind of lying to him. He's like, oh, no. We saved these things to sacrifice to the Lord. But God didn't ask for a sacrifice. He asked that they kill them all. And Samuel knows that Saul set up an altar for his own honor. Not to the honor of God, but to his own honor. So in verse 16, Saul kind of gets yelled at by Samuel a bit. Here's how it goes. Enough, Samuel says to Saul. Let me tell you what the Lord said to me last night. Tell me, Saul replied. Samuel said, Although you were once small in your own eyes, did you not become the head of the tribes of Israel? The Lord anointed you king over Israel, and he sent you on mission, saying, Go and completely destroy those wicked people, the Amalekites. Wage war against them until you have wiped them out. Why did you not obey the Lord? Why did you pounce on the plunder and do evil in the eyes of the Lord? But I did obey the Lord, Saul said. I went on the mission the Lord assigned me. I completely destroyed the Amalekites and brought back Agag, their king. The soldiers took sheep and cattle from the plunder, the best of what was devoted to God, in order to sacrifice them to the Lord, your God, at Gilgal. But Samuel replied, Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. For rebellion is like the sin of divination, and arrogance like the evil of idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. Then Saul said to Samuel, I have sinned. I have violated the Lord's command and your instructions. I was afraid of the men, and so I gave in to them. Now I beg you, forgive my sin and come back with me, so that I may worship the Lord. But Samuel said to him, I will not go back with you. You have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you as king over Israel. As Samuel turned to leave, Saul caught hold of the hem of his robe, and it tore. Samuel said to him, The Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today, and has given it to one of your neighbors, to one better than you. He who is the glory of Israel does not lie or change his mind, for he is not a human being, that he should change his mind. Saul replied, I have sinned, but please honor me before the elders of my people and before Israel. Come back with me so that I may worship the Lord your God. So Samuel went back with Saul, and Saul worshipped the Lord. Then Samuel said, Bring me Agag, king of the Amalekites. Agag came to him in chains. And so Samuel put Agag to death. And then Samuel left for Ramah. But Saul went up to his home in Gibeah. And until the day Samuel died, he did not go to see Saul again, though Samuel mourned for him. And the Lord regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel. Such a tough end there. Now Saul is still king. Samuel hasn't pronounced a new king yet, and Saul's got a lot of living left to do. But in the future episodes, we're going to get into what happens, and it's all downhill from here. Saul is not going to have a happy rest of his life. But let's get back to the Minecraft and the Santa's Workshop. Okay, so we got a little bit of a problem here. My elytra is almost broken, so we're going to need to get some phantom membranes here pretty soon to fix that up. But the good news is I got a ton of terracotta. I mean, like a ton. So we can put that in right away. Other bad news is my pickaxes are both almost gone. Let's go over to my tool repair experience farm to see if that's ready to recharge one of my items. Unfortunately, I don't have unbreaking or mending on my elytra. Otherwise, I could repair that up too. But let's come on over here and let's see. It looks like it's ready. So what I want to do is I want to take off this. I can't take off all of them. Yeah, I can. Okay. So I want to hold both of these in my hand with nothing else, and let's see what happens. Well, I got a lot of levels, but oh, there we go. That got repaired all the way up to full. That's good. Looks like my other one did not. So, all right. Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. At least my repair shop works. It just, you know, didn't have enough juice for both. So let's grab these things. Oh, I don't have enough room. I really want to refill my repair shop up. Let's see. Yeah, let's just throw in some of this terracotta here real quick. Get it back in a second. Grab out all of this cactus green. There we go. Perfect. Put all of that in here. Good. Now I need a whole bunch more cactus. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's a lot of cactus. My cactus farm is doing well. And we'll just throw that up here in the chest, and this will be ready to go for next time. Alright. Then I can grab my terracotta back. Beautiful. And it looks like I need to take... Alright, and we're back. So, let me close this door so I'm not interrupted. Lay down my bed just in case I want to take a snooze. And the next thing we need to do is just clear out... Oh, I love that beacon. I missed that beacon so much when I was farming all this terracotta. Alright, so let's break out all that orange and replace all this stone with some regular terracotta and take a look at what that might look like. Now I'm not going to do this area because I think I want to use another color for that area, so I'm going to stop there and we'll come back to this when we get there. But I'm going to do this real quick in a cutscene and I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, so we got that all changed up, and I'm starting to like it a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's gonna look a lot better when the ceiling is changed out, but so far so good. Now I'm wondering if the brown terracotta is going to look any good in the ceiling here. So I'm gonna try just a little bit of it. And let's create a couple of channels here. Just go down. Can I just again say how much I love this beacon? It is just making life so easy for me. All right, so now let's put in some of this brown and see what it looks like. I don't know. Kind of looks okay. Oop, I'm going too fast. And then going too slow. Causing some double ups. There we go. And then this way. There we go. That was good. I don't know. It kind of looks like it might look good. Well, let me do the rest of the room and let's see how it looks. Okay, so I almost ran out of brown terracotta. I've got 4 left. That's all I've got. And you know what? This actually looks pretty good. I really like the way this looks. I don't love that contrast, of course, but then again, this is going to change anyway. So yeah, I think this is good for a stable. It's a little dark, but that's kind of cozy and warm for the horses, or the reindeer, I guess I should say. And I really like it. I like the way this turned out. I like the way the terracotta looks. This Santa's Workshop is really starting to come along. I'm liking it. So I think that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making it. And don't forget to click on that link in the description and register for the contest so that you can join in and hopefully get a build of your very own so that I can honor you on the EdgeCraft server. But that's going to be it for today. So I hope to see you next time, and God bless. Goodbye.